Impemba and James Grande.
What's going on, FA Nation? Jon Impemba here with James Grande, bringing you the MLB DFS Playbook live stream here over on the Better Sports Network and Fantasy Line social channels. We are breaking down tonight's 6-game main slate. We'll have a little bit of a shorter show here today with just the 6 games, and also James battling the weather today out there. The Carolinas and the Hurricane Idalia is working its way up. So there is a chance at some point James may be leaving the show not on his own accord, but at least for now, we have James here with us breaking down the 6th game or so. We're gonna get into it. Not gonna waste any time here, James. Let's just do the RT Sports picks of the day here. rtsports.com/alarm. Promo code alarm23. New users will get a 100% deposit match with their first deposit up to $200. Take part in their DFS Pick'em and Fantasy Football Best Ball Championships going on now. Here are RT Sports DFS Pick'em plays of the day. All right, got the 6 games on the board here tonight, James. Let's kick it off Atlanta, Colorado. We'll make it simple for everybody here, right? Today, Austin Riley on DraftKings Sportsbooks hit runs and RBIs prop was set at 3.5.
That feels maybe the highest we've ever seen.
The average is usually 1.5. It's a lot when it's 2.5. It's set at 3.5. So we're going to go more than the 6.5 fantasy points here tonight for me for Austin Riley.
That's got to be the highest I've
never seen it at 3.5.
Is he the only Brave? Was he the only Brave at that
no,
number?
Acuna is also 3.5.
Okay. Well, lefty on the mound. Godspeed to Kyle Freeland today, because he's gonna have to navigate. I'm sure they're very upset with themselves for only scoring 3 runs last night. So good luck, Kyle Freeland, tonight. I'm gonna go to the Yankee Detroit game, kicking off at 6:40. And Gerrit Cole had a terrible start in the midst of his Cy Young campaign, and then followed up with maybe his best start of the year, John, against Tampa Bay. 7 2/3, 1 run. Earned 11 strikeouts, and he has owned the Tigers throughout his career. He's also been quite dominant on the road this year, over a strikeout per inning on the road. He has a 2.48 ERA on the road, batting average lower on the road, whip lower on the road. All the home runs have been hit at home, and we know Gerrit Cole can be susceptible to home run. I think he's going to mow the Tigers down tonight. We're going more than 7 strikeouts for Gerrit Cole.
That was a Dan Servideo special on the Better Sports Betting Show this evening as well. Last pick for me, let's go to Pittsburgh, Kansas City. And we're looking at Bobby Witt here, 1.5 total bags. That's where I'm going tonight more. Andre Jackson on the mound, a 535 slugging percentage, 365 WOBA to right-handed hitters on the year. Bobby Witt is where I'm at tonight. His hits, runs, and RBIs is 2.5. tonight. So, again, a little bit more of an indicator where we could be with the total bags tonight for Bobby W. So that's our RT Sports DFS Pick'em plays of the day. Go 6x your money. Again, go to rtsports.com/alarm, promo code alarm23. New users will get a 100% deposit match with their first deposit. Breaking down tonight's DraftKings main slate here, James. Taking a look at the board again, 6 games. New York, Detroit, Texas, New York, Mets, Tampa Bay, Miami, Pittsburgh, Kansas City, Atlanta, Colorado, Arizona, and the Dodgers are on the slate. Top price pitching guy is Mr. Gerrit Cole against Detroit at 11.5. We have Eflin at 9.7, Luzardo at 9.2 is your top 3 guys over 9K. You like the strikeout prop for Cole. Small slate. Got to think rostership here, 40% probably on Gerrit Cole tonight.
Yeah, I think the only holdup would be, can you play Gerrit Cole in the Braves, right? That's probably the only thing that's worrying anybody. So he's 35% projected tonight. He is actually tied with Jesus Luzardo as the highest owned pitcher of the night. So, I think there are a lot of people saying, well, I'm going to play Braves, and you guys can play Gerrit Cole, and I'll save $2,300 and play Jesus Luzardo, even though, Luzardo's been quite bad for a while, other than his last start against San Diego. But I'd rather just get to Gerrit Cole and figure it out in my SP2 and figure out if I want to play the Braves, because he's been so good on the road. gets the Tigers. The Yankees offense has been going a little better, even against right-handed pitching. But I mean, we saw again yesterday they had some success against a lefty in Tarek Skubal. So, they're going to get a long man in Joey Wentz.
Yeah,
is a lefty today,
he's a
right?
lefty. I was gonna say, yeah.
So Gerrit Cole should have decent run support here. So yeah, I think it's Gerrit Cole, and then really the field for me, because when you look at the field,
Stress.
the field is not all that great.
Yeah, I mean, listen, it's Ryan Pepiot's going against Arizona. Dane Dunning gets the Mets. You talk about Wentz as a long reliever. We have Brandon Pfaadt against the Dodgers. Is this Vines or Vines? How are we going about this with Darius here?
Let's just go Vines here.
Vines makes more sense, but you never know, right? So Vines here, maybe Colorado could be a spot start. Not going to go Freeland. I don't think we're going to go Jackson. Zerpa against Pittsburgh. White, Ray. Like not. There's no. Maybe we just take our medicine with Dane Dunning again tonight, right?
Probably. There's not a lot to like, as you mentioned. So I want to get your take on this. Denny Reyes for the Mets is the third highest projected pitcher of the slate at $4,000. And that is absolutely a product of, okay, I'm spending up on Gerrit Cole.
Yeah.
And I also am spending up on the Braves. And I'm just saying, F it.
Yeah.
I'm just saying, F it. I'm just taking a shot, right? It has to be, because he's been awful in his last two outings. Awful.
Yeah. Yeah, I don't have much more to add. Again, some of these guys, I mean, Zerpa, barely throwing innings here. Pfaadt would be the guy we probably would have gravitated towards if it wasn't for the Dodgers. Mark wants to know about Vines. Like, is Vines getting the call here? I mean,
yeah. So
he pitched well.
Yeah. Sorry.
It's probably it.
He threw 7 innings in his last AAA start. 7 innings, 2 earned, 5 strikeouts. He threw 90 pitches, and they were going to use him in relief over the last 2 days, and they didn't need him. So here he is, just finding his way into a start. I do think he's in play. I would take a shot, John, and I know you just mentioned it during the RT Sports segment about Bobby Witt against Andre Jackson.
Yeah.
Look, the Royals offense hasn't been that great over the last few nights, right? And they haven't been great outside of a month and a half stretch this year. It's largely been, bad.
Jackson's been very good against lefties. So, there are some lefty bats in that lineup, like Melendez and Massey and crew, that he'll be able to neutralize for sure.
So I don't hate the Royals, looking at their numbers for August, since we're at the end of the month, they are good, middle of the pack. They're 15th in OPS. They're right around there. They're not really in OPS or WOBA. They're not really striking out a whole bunch, but I don't know. They've been neutralized by Pirates pitching. You mentioned he's been really good against lefties, and he's just kind of for something you mentioned, he was missing a lot of bats. He didn't miss a lot of bats against the Cubs, but he did go 6 innings and only allowed 2 earned runs. So I do think maybe some Andre Jackson here is an option.
Would you go Pepiot against Arizona? Faisal is in chat. Welcome in, man. Ask questions.
Yeah, he was a pretty good starter for them last year. And he's been pretty decent to start the year. I mean, he's obviously been limited, 75, 76 pitches, but 16 plus DraftKings points. We know that there's going to be a lot of win equity here. We saw what the Dodgers offense could do last night to Merrill Kelly. Merrill Kelly stood no chance from the start of that game. So I know Brandon Pfaadt has been better of late, but
it's more so the Arizona offense. I mean, Corbin Carroll's back.
Sure.
So.
Corbin Carroll, dude. I don't know if you saw the stat last night that only the third time in Clayton Kershaw's career, he has allowed a home run to a left-handed batter on his curveball. That's
good.
I mean, when you think of Clayton Kershaw, you think of the 12-6, right? You think of that's the Clayton Kershaw calling. Dude, the fact that like Corbin Carroll effortlessly put that out to center field. Like it didn't even, the swing didn't look like he tried at all, and it went so dead center. So yeah, he's back. I would get to Pepiot. I think it's fine. Not my favorite option at 8,500, especially you're using him and Gerrit Cole. Now $20,000 of your salary is just evaporated, right? Like you're not getting Braves. Like you're not getting Braves.
No, definitely can't afford it. All right, let's move on over to catcher again. The guys rolling in. Appreciate you all. If you have any questions on tonight's slate, throw them in chat. I'll be happy to help you out there. Because we're looking to spend up for Gerrit Cole, I mean, just plugging Gerrit Cole in your lineup gives you 4,200 to play, and you need an SP2 still. So you got to find some value here. Catcher's generally been the spot we've gone to go and get it. Not, again, a smaller slate, but like Christian Betancourt's 2,800. We talked about Luzardo struggling a little bit. Betancourt actually hitting the ball pretty well lately, and he's always hit lefties pretty well. For a value catcher, it was kind of my initial go-to on tonight's slate. Was there anybody else for you?
I mean, I would obviously, like, if you're not playing Pepiot, I would obviously just punt Moreno, 2,600. He homered the other day again. The power seems to, like, suddenly be there for Moreno, 1,100 OPS over his last 10 games. So other than Betancourt, that's probably where I'd get my exposure at catcher.
Mark saying he's pitching a Roldis Chapman tonight. Could be a night where like that may work. If Chapman goes and like strikes out the side, what is that? Is that like 9 points, 9 fantasy points? Right? Like that may be enough. That honestly may be enough to get it done here. But you could maybe find a multi-inning reliever that could get in the game behind some of these, low end pitching guys that are out there and see what can be done there. Moreno works. Betancourt. Heim, I guess, or Garver in the mid tier could be. I don't think we can afford to spend up for any of these other catchers though. So
no, the only way you're spending up. I mean, like I will say, like if you're not spending up on Gerrit Cole, like you're be very concerned. No one's gonna play Will Smith. I'll tell you that. Like not a single person's playing Will Smith. So
I agree. First base again. Olsen's at 68.
Wait, John. Darno is 4,100?
Yeah.
Why did I just skip that? I just skipped it assuming he was – I mean, that's pretty good. I'm not going to lie.
I mean, but you still need – I mean, maybe there's value. There could be more value, right? Catchers generally are punt spot. We could find more value. 41 feels a little bit much on a slate like this when you need still an SP2, but
sure.
We'll see. We'll see what happens here. Again, top price guys are all here. Freeman, Olsen, expensive. Not going to pay 55 for Yandy. We're playing Cole, so we're not going to go Torque. Mid-tier group. Anybody stick out to you? Do you give Goodman a shot at 29? Bell against Eflin? Like where's the first base spot for you tonight?
I would say Nathaniel Lowe is the first name that I looked at, just given what Denny Reyes has done, 10 earned runs in his last 3 innings pitched. So that's where I immediately went. I don't hate DJ LeMahieu, who's been better of late. I know he's 0 for his last 8, but if you look at the games prior, he had hit 4 home runs in like a 5-game span and had a couple multi-hit games sprinkled in there. He's hit over 300 since the All-Star break. So LeMahieu at 39. I don't hate the Bell call. We know, how powerful he's been. Connor Joe at 3,300 has once again been kind of good against left-handed pitching.
Yeah.
And to your point, Hunter Goodman, he's been exactly that. He's been good, dude.
Yeah.
Hits in double figures in all 3 of the games.
That's all you're looking
far.
For, right? So, I think we may end up playing Vines here, but still, like, not an awful spot just because of what's there. Beatty, I think, is a lefty. Yeah. So even though Beatty's hitting 300 over the last 10, Jackson's actually getting lefties out of a pretty good clip. So second base position, we have Mookie at 65 if we can afford him. We have Albies at 59 against Freeland if we can afford him. Both of those guys obviously great spots. I like Paredes against Luzardo at $4,500. That's a pretty good place for him. You mentioned that we'll have a lefty at some point here against Gleiber at 44. Feels pretty good. So top end and middle tier, all strong plays here.
Yeah, I mean, there's a lot to like at second. And like we saw last night, you can play Mookie in any matchup. mean, we didn't really talk Arizona. We didn't talk of the Dodgers offense a lot last night. They've scored 7 runs or more in 6 of their last 7 games, and Mookie's spearheading it, hitting 600 over that span. So obviously, if you want to get to him or Albies, be my guest. I do really like the other 2 guys you mentioned, though, in Paredes and Glaber. They're both in the midst of really good power surges right now. Paredes 4 home runs over his last 10, and it's 3 over his last 6.
Yeah, Paredes is going to be a 30-100 guy today, and nobody would have.
I know, dude. I know.
Who was figuring that one?
And Glaber has also kind of turned his season around recently. Home runs in back-to-back games and 4 home runs over his last 10 with, look at the last 10, a bunch of multi-hit games for Gleyber Torres. So, this is also a guy who hit 35 home runs a couple years ago, and people were like, holy cow, the Yankees have just another special talent in there, and that obviously hasn't panned out, but like things are turning around. That's mostly where I want to live, but Brendan Rodgers, again, like he's fine, but he's at home. He's been historically better at home this year. Nothing different. 314 at home. He's 1 hit on the road. And then would you look at Loiver Peguero, who went 3 for 4 yesterday, hit a bomb. It's been like low floor, but 6 home runs, 4 stolen bases in 33 games. Facing Zerpa, I mean, like the Pirates are a wee bit interesting here. 4.9 implied run total against Zerpa, and righties have done all the damage against him.
Yeah, 100%. I'm checking out the ISO stat here for Loiver. Just seeing if it's limited sample size for him, so you may not have like any extreme splits one way or the other. But against left-handed pitching on the season, he is 290 average, 129 ISO, but a 340 WOBA is pretty good. So I don't like that. I don't mind it for a little value play for sure. Moving ourselves on over to third base. Again, top end guys. I mentioned Austin Riley. Vegas prop is at 3.5 hits, runs, and RBIs today. It's a wild, wild number. Muncie's 47. McMahon 4,600 was Dan Servididio's home run call on the Better Sports Betting Show. We've talked about Paredes. Michael Garcia's at 4,400. Brian Hayes has been hitting the ball really well, and Zerpa's a lefty for him there. So again, mid-tier and above, some really strong plays, but we can't pay up for everybody. So
I think this is a spot I'd pay up for. Unfortunately, for like guys like Brian Hayes and Michael Garcia and stuff, and McMahon, because they're all in great spots. But I mean, dude, when you see that in Vegas, right? Like, you see 3.5. There's something to be said for that, right? Like that's, that seems like all right.
Just like when we saw the run total was 7.5.
Yeah,
you're just like, wait, what? Hold on.
Right. So
I've never seen something that high before.
I like all these other guys. I really do. Like Brian Hayes, it has been amazing. We've talked about it ad nauseum every single night on this show, but that means you're not playing Austin Riley tonight. And let's look. I want to just see what the field is thinking, because I'm assuming they're all on Riley. Austin Riley is double anyone else's ownership.
Yeah, so. 3.5 hits, runs, and RBIs. Like you're gonna draw that. You're gonna draw that for sure. Shortstop. Thoughts on the top tier here, or do you have any? Did you have a value third baseman you like?
No, I mean the field is getting to Oswald Peraza, and I'm not entirely sure why, because he hasn't gotten a hit since he returned to the Yankees. So there's really not any value at third for me.
Okay. Moving on over to short, then. I mean, again, we can't afford to just pay up for for every spot. But it could be a Volpe slot hitting fifth, gets a lefty at some point, right? $3,600 feels pretty good.
This is a Volpe plug and play. I mean, dude, he's like, for as like weird of a season as it's been for him, he's literally a home run away from a 2020 season. Yeah. Like we're like, he's hitting 216. Sure, he has 700 OPS. The one thing he's done all year is hit lefties, and he's been good in home runs and stolen base category. I think it's a plug and play, no brainer at 3,600.
Yeah, I'm fine going there. Again, if you want to play Bobby Witt, who is I basically went across the board on the Better Sports Betting Show. I took every Bobby Witt prop there was today. His total bases, he was my home run call at plus 600. Love Bobby Witt tonight, but for the sake of salary in DFS, you just can't play everybody. So maybe we can afford him if we move some things around. We'll check out the outfield right now. Acuna is again 7K. Aaron Judge is 66. Betts 65. Corbin Carroll 57. Top four, would play all of them if I could. And I'm fine really. However you want to rank them, you can rank them however you want.
I would just probably rank them how they're priced.
Sure.
Truthfully. And then move on.
Move down, yeah. Ozuna's got RBIs in 7 of 8 games, continues to hammer. Again, a lefty on the mound here at 52. Feels obviously really good. If you want to spend up there, Nolan Jones, I'm fine running into. Charlie Blackmon's cool as well for some guys in the mid 4K range here.
Yes, as long as you're not. Yeah, I mean,
you just can't play Vines, obviously. So
yeah, and listen, I'm perfectly fine with that. I understand that like he has pitched well at the minor league level, but you're making your major league debut in Coors Field. That's not exactly the easiest place to pitch. So yeah, I mean, I like the Rockies side of this game, and for what it's worth, what's their implied team total here? 13.5. They have 5.4 implied runs. Like it's it's pretty good, man. And I think the addition of like Hunter Goodman has obviously lengthened their lineup a little bit. Playing Nolan Jones every day has lengthened their lineup a little bit. The emergence of Ezekiel Tovar and getting Blackmon back has made their lineup better than what it was earlier in the year, where it's like, oh, well, it's the Rockies. They suck. Like, we're just not. Yeah, Charlie Morton mowed him down, but Charlie Morton's been amazing, right? Like, this is the best stretch Charlie Morton's had in like 5 years. So, chalk that yesterday up as whatever.
Right.
I'm perfectly fine getting to any and all Rockies on this evening.
Yeah, that's kind of where I'm at as well, if you're not going in that direction. Some other guys down here under 4K that may stick out to you. Again, you have Kevin Pillar. We talked about it the other day. $3,500. He's going to be the cheapest exposure you can get to Coors and Atlanta offense. Hits lefty as well. I'm probably just plugging to save some money here and get that exposure. For sure. We talk about Siri with the home run power. Not going to go Melendez against Jackson, doing really well against getting lefties out. Bader still exists on the Yankees. Again, we talked about it last night. These guys are all waived, but they're still Renfroe homered for the Angels today. So
insane.
All right, fine. Like if they're still playing, then they're playing. Harrison Bader will get a lefty at some point. He's hitting 6th.
Yeah, it's until they can play until tomorrow.
Okay.
So they're all not playing tomorrow.
All not playing tomorrow. Great.
Well, that's when the waivers are run for teams. So they all might just be on different teams. So
got it.
This is the swan song for Harrison Bader in a Yankees jersey. I mean, I assume all these guys are going to get claimed by like teams that are I mean, Harrison Bader is a good defensive glove, right?
Yeah.
Is he better option than Jordan Montgomery, who the Yankees could use this year? No, but so happy for your Harrison Bader. Thanks for last postseason. It was great. Yeah, if you want to play Harrison Bader, by all means.
Harold Ramirez, not bad. Won't do anything but double for you, but I mean,
we said that about for Yandy Diaz for years, John. Next year, wait for Harold Ramirez in 2024.
I'll keep holding my breath. Nelson Velasquez here has some power again. Jackson giving it up to righties. It's been a weakness for him. We like Dane Dunning most nights, but DJ Stewart could be a play at 27 here. Anybody else for you?
DJ Stewart's going yard, dude. He goes yard every night. What's Eflin's ownership from Mark? Let's see. Zach Eflin is he is 19% rostered.
It's not bad. Small slate like that, it's pretty decent rostership there. So
yeah, it is good rostership.
Any other value outfielders for you?
Let's go back to the board. DJ Stewart, we mentioned. I don't hate Everson Pereira. I know he's been kind of bad for the Yanks, but He, again, he hit really well in AAA. He was their third overall prospect. They're going to face a lefty. He mashed lefties in AAA. So I would punt Everson Pereira. That's
Did you go
probably
Pereira
it.
or Stewart tonight?
I mean, Stewart's been insane, right? Stewart's been a dog, dude.
Yeah,
You're cooking burgers tonight. I mean,
it's not a Jake Burger split, but I mean,
to Mark's point, like when you look at the Eflin splits this year, it has been better suited for righties. 168 ISO allowed, 312 WOBA compared to 134, 251 respectively. 212 ISO allowed over the last 30 days to righty. So like there is merit to what Mark's saying.
Sure.
If I'm playing Marlins though, oh man, Burger's been really good, but like imagine playing him over like Brian Hayes or Austin Riley or Paredes tonight or McMahon. You can, Mark. No, you're right. He's been great. He's just hits for power. He's just a monster. And it is the better split for them to attack. Like I wish Soler
on a small slate, home runs win you GPPs. So if Burger hits a 1% homer tonight, then you're giving yourself an advantage 100%.
Did you know that the winds were blowing out of Coors Field tonight?
No, but I mean, it even makes more sense.
Just mentioning. I just was looking, blowing out at 10 miles an hour.
Interesting. All right, let's give me a home run call.
Home run call. I'm gonna go with Volpe. He's gonna get it done. He's gonna get to 2020 tonight. Anthony Volpe.
Okay, I'm going Bobby Witt, same position as you. So that's again just to keep it consistent with my better sports betting home run call. Plus 600 for Bobby W. Tonight, top stack we know is the Braves. If you had to go a second stack tonight, who's it gonna be?
We're trying something today, aren't we? Are you trying to get this Bobby W stuff catching on? That's the second Bobby W drop you've made today.
I don't even remember saying it.
That's the you originally you went Bobby W. The first mention it was Bobby W. You didn't go full name. And just now you doubled down with Bobby W. Are we trying a thing here?
I guess so. Again, I don't even know I'm saying it. So
Don't even remember you're saying Bobby W?
No, I just thought I said Bobby Witt, but I guess Bobby W works for
No,
me.
No, you dropped the it and you just stopped. You stopped at Bobby W.
Well,
I'm just asking. I mean, what was you tried going with Jan Ram as the Jose Ramirez nickname, and that did sick. No. It was Jan Ram, and that one was just. I mean, Jan, it's Jose, dude.
There's an office bit here with Kevin where he says like, "Why speak, more word when few word make good," or something like that. Wish I had it memorized. So we would have played out a lot better.
That's a good one. I'll go. I'm gonna go Yankees. Here.
Yeah, that's not shocking. I'm gonna go.
Dude, you can't even sit here. You can't even sit here and say that I've touted the Yankees more than 5 times the entire year.
Not shocking that you went New York that time. No way.
We've crapped. I've crapped on the Yankees far more this.
Right,
on this
I'm
show.
gonna go with Kansas City and Bobby W taking it down here tonight. So why say a lot word when few word do trick? Exactly, BZ. Exactly. That is the quote. Exactly.
BZ showing up, but we need him the most.
Exactly. He's here.
That's hilarious. Shout out to you, BZ. Shout out to you.
Exactly. So Bobby W and the Kansas City Royals are my contrarian stack here this evening. Value play of the day for you.
I mean, Anthony Volpe, he's my home run call too. So
Volpe works. I'm gonna go Christian Betancourt. I'm gonna catch.
Okay. That's it. I mean, you know what? Catchers need some love sometimes. We don't give catchers a lot of love on
Catchers need some love. So I'm just gonna plug my value play in here because we're gonna pick the SB2 last based on the amount of money we have left.
Okay.
Do I like Bobby Witt over Seager? I do like Bobby Witt over Seager for me tonight. Both of them had 2.5 hit runs and RBIs today on DK Sportsbook. So, and again, 535 slug allowed by Jackson to righties. 360 WOBA. He's given up 5 of his 7 homers to righties. Again, he hasn't pitched a lot of innings, and you're just getting smashed. So give me Witt tonight over Seager. All right, where was Predes? All right, Predes at second.
Yeah, Predes at second.
Probably got to go Harold Ramirez, right? Just like, I don't love stacking against Luzardo, but he hasn't been good, and these guys are cheap. So
yeah, and he had one good start. It was his last start, but it's been largely bad for a while.
All right, do we no Garrett Cooper? Do we no Garrett Cooper tonight? That's unfortunate.
What do we got left? What do we got for?
We got a pitcher, a first baseman, and 2 outfielders. So
what's the salary? I can't see on my
45.
45. Okay, so we have.
We can go Bader.
Yeah.
Bader gives us 49. We can spend up somewhere.
Well, how about this? What if we did LeMahieu at first instead? And then in the outfield, we use Pilar.
Okay.
And then Acuna or Azuna.
Can we get that? Let's see.
Well, we could do maybe Azuna. We could probably afford.
Yeah, we got to do Azuna here.
We can't even afford a 5,500.
I mean, we actually aren't using any Kansas City guys, so we could go Jackson here.
I mean, I kind of like Andre.
You liked Jackson. I obviously liked Bobby Witt, but again, SP2s for the most part on the slate are going to be pretty ugly if you're using Gerrit Cole. So this could play. We have Ozuna, Pilar, and Riley. We got 2 Tampa Bay guys. We got a Yankee, which works in LeMahieu, and we have 3 Tampa Bay guys. So
and we got 2 Yankees.
2 Yankees. Yeah, but who does our 2 Yankees? Oh, Volpe and LeMahieu. I don't mind it. Mark wants to know, do we like Herrera? Since Moreno is out, is Herrera min price?
He's cheap, but
24.
He's not good.
Yeah, no, probably not.
Yeah, it was more of a Moreno is good and like has been a good prospect thing than it is like just plugging a Diamondbacks catcher thing.
So again, do I love Jackson? No, but I have played Jackson this season, and he just went 6 innings against the Cubs. So Pittsburgh figures out a win. I mean, he hasn't won a game yet, but I'm okay. I'm okay doing it. I don't think there's a lot of upside in a lot of these value plays tonight. So
I mean, what legitimately? What were the other options?
I mean, it was finding a way to play Vines. I think, right?
Probably. Yeah, but even that, like, is that any less? It's not even any less risky than using Jackson because Vines is pitching in course, right? It's not even.
Yeah, no doubt. We'd play Vogelbach, I guess, at first base.
Oh my god!
I'm serious. Like that's what it would come down to. So
I would rather stick, or can we would Goodman work if that was the case, or could we not even afford?
No, because we want to play.
Oh, we're using Vines. Yeah,
it could be a slate where you use them both. Let's get rid of the starters. What did Mark want to do? You want to play Aroldis Chapman? Let's see, Chapman. Couple 7 fantasy point games there.
We're not using Aroldis Chapman. We are not.
Greg on the side, no run. 7.7 is your max on Aroldis Chapman tonight, Mark, if you wanted to go there. Yeah, anyways. So, again, short show here today, given the weather situations that James is dealing with. It could be cut down at any point in time with Hurricane Adelia rolling through. 6 games on the slate. We'll be in the Discord. The playbook's out already for tonight's main slate. Find us in the Discord. If you're not yet already a Fantasy Alarm member, what are you waiting on? It comes with a 7-day free trial, as well as access to all of our premium content, our Discord, all of our tools, and you get the Fantasy Football Draft Guide and Fantasy Football Cheat Sheet for free if you sign up today. The annual subscription package is also 40% off the month-to-month price. That means you essentially get 6 months for free. The NFL season is 6 months long, so you get the NFL season basically paying for a year for just the NFL season, or you just go month to month for the NFL season, and you miss out on the rest of the content. If you buy the annual package today, next year you also will get the draft guide and the cheat sheet included. So it's a win-win, right? Because the way the world turns with the clocks, your subscription next year will end tomorrow, which means you'll have the draft guide and the cheat sheet again. So really no reason not to get the annual subscription. You go to fantasy.com/win. You can scan the QR code here on the screen as well. Take advantage of all the offerings we have over at Fantasy Alarm today. Thank you all for tuning in. 3 games tomorrow is what we have in the main slate. So Going to be another short show, but again, we're available in our Discord. You can find us on Twitter. We'll help you guys take it down ahead of the main slate, big slate come Friday. So see you then. Good luck tonight, and we will talk to you guys later.